Hello, collective. I am Juanica, also known as Miss Astrology, and this is your video for the sun's transit through the sign of Taurus. So, happy Taurus season. It is the time for the bull to take the reins, and I think that this is going to be a good season. So, April 19th through May 20th, the sun is in the sign of Taurus. So, and it was actually happened at about 10:23 p.m. Central Time. That on the 19th, that the sun moved into the sign of Taurus. Now, I'll be honest, Aries season was intense, right? It brought a lot to the forefront, specifically with Aries being the sign of I am. So many things were put right in our face. So many opportunities for healing because Chiron is in Aries. We had so much energy being played out in the sign of Aries that there was a lot of aggression, there was a lot of frustration, there was a lot of action taken. And so now that the sun is in Taurus, depending on what kind of action you've taken, the best use of this energy and the best way to flow with this energy is to just stay the course, to just be persistent, to be hardworking, to be dedicated, to persevere in this. Now, we do have some things to watch out for, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. But the decisions that we've made, as long as we're feeling good with them, as long as they weren't ego driven. Remember, we had that full moon in Libra, and so this became an opportunity for us to really balance out how aggressive or assertive we were being in relationships, partnerships, commitments, kind of public agreements. How much of that was our ego and how much of that was actually fair and brought harmony to those commitments, to those partnerships, to those relationships. Now, a lot of these partnerships and commitments and relationships may simply be commitments we've made to ourselves, like agreements that we've made within ourselves that we needed to get back on balance. And so that's what that Libra full moon offered us. And that's a lot of what Aries season offered. It offered the opportunity for things to be brought to the forefront so that we could work on the healing, so that we could take action to kind of bring this thing to a head, if you will, with Aries being the head. And Chiron is there. This is why I continue to reiterate that this was a healing energy, because Chiron is in Aries and Chiron is the wounded healer. So yes, there is a wound, there is hurt, it could be physical, it could be emotional, or even mental. Depending on where Aries is in your chart, it could be with your family, it could be with finances, it could be, mindset. Whatever that is, it was really brought to our attention, brought to our forefront, something that we really needed to address during Aries season. And hopefully my audience took into consideration how I suggested that we address these things. Either we lean in or we lean out. Either we stand up for ourselves or we sit down and let another person stand up for themselves. Whatever that action that we took in Aries season, it is now time for us to just hold that course, to just continue to see the value in what we have accomplished, where we have moved forward, how we've started taking action on our healing. And listen, the sky is super congested with everything just being pretty much in Aquarius, Pisces. Things are moving out of Aries now, but we still have Chiron there, and then Jupiter is going to make its appearance into Aries next month. But really, everything is like in Aquarius, Pisces, and now Taurus. And so we have the North Node there. Mercury is in Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus. And now the Sun is in Taurus. So now we are leaning more into Taurus's keywords of I have. So Aries is I am. A lot of us are taking action. I am healed. I am whole. I am balanced. I am fair. I am standing up for myself, whatever that was. Now you say, I see that what I am, what I've done, the action that I've taken, I see what else I have to do, or how I have created something that's very resourceful and valuable. You have to think of Taurus being ruled by Venus, and Venus is currently in Pisces, a position that it loves to be in. And so we're going to get a beautiful sextile from this Taurus energy to Pisces. And Venus is a planet that is all about value and resources and security and, yes, money and beauty and art and partnerships, commitments. And so with Venus getting a sextile from the sun and from Uranus, we are really in position to be like, wow, this is way more valuable than I thought it was going to be. This is way more resourceful. This actually pours more into me. I have more and I feel good about what I have. A lot of times we like to talk about Taurus being the sign that's most likely to love food and to eat. And I always say it's the most likely sign to hoard. And this is true. But what we need to remember is Taurus is not the most likely sign just to eat anything. Taurus is a high value sign. They, like, when you think about a baby being born, they come into this world head first screaming, Aries, I am. And then the next thing they want to know is, what do I have, right? And one of the most valuable, resourceful things that a newborn has is its mother's milk, right? Moon exalted in Taurus. And so this is just a way for you to say, wow, that actually ended up being way more impactful, way more valuable, way more resourceful, way more meaningful than I actually expected. And I do expect it to be a surprise or like shock you that it was so impactful, or you like it so much, or this is really working for you. And that's simply because Uranus, which is the planet of shock and awe and disruption, is in the sign of Taurus. So we're going to see over this next month that these changes that we've made, the way that we've moved forward, the action that we've taken is actually really good stuff. Like, this is good shit. Now, maybe not if you were in Aries season very ego driven and very selfish and very only wanting to have your part expressed, and you weren't considering other people's feelings or other people's pain or other people's need to heal. If you weren't considering those things, then Taurus season could be really tough for you, because this is a fixed energy. We're not going to really want to budge from whatever action that we've taken in Aries season. So if we started fighting even more so with somebody in Aries season, Taurus season is going to find us staying really stubborn and wanting to stick to whatever happened in Aries season. So hopefully we started healing, we started having conversations, we started moving forward in a way that is really speaks to our higher beliefs, because then we also have to remember that we have all of this going on in Pisces. So we have Jupiter, Venus, Mars, Neptune are all in Pisces. And so Pisces is, again, a very healing energy. It's the last sign. It's about a completion. And with these planets there, this is about us really believing that we can complete this cycle that likely feels painful, likely feels hurtful, and that we can find the value and the resources and the security and the quality in the ending of that cycle and the new cycle that we're going into now. So I do think the Taurus season is going to be good. As long as we have created a course that we feel good about staying steady in. This is not the best energy for trying anything new, to starting new things. And then on top of that, we're heading into eclipse season. So you don't want to try anything new with eclipses. Taurus is a fixed sign. So this is really about holding steady and staying the course, about being patient and persevering. And even if you're not necessarily seeing the results that you had hoped to see right away, because we know Aries is not a patient sign. And so maybe you did some things in Aries season and you're like, well, why it ain't working out? Why it ain't coming to fruition? Well, Taurus season is saying, just hold on. Just stay right where you are. It's going to happen. Now is just the time to stay patient and to continue to persevere and continue to just slow and steady wins the race. This is big Taurus energy. So we have that. Now we have Uranus and Taurus. So on a more mundane level, I do expect us to get some shocking news in a couple of areas. I think that we'll get the most shocking news in Taurus season about food prices and any disruption to the food supply or the supply chain. This may actually kick off, we may actually get an announcement, because Mercury is in Taurus, about alternative food. I don't want people to look at lab grown food as bad as it sounds, because honestly, when you think about it, a lot of the stuff that we eat already is lab grown. It's manipulated by people. And so, but we're going to have more of that. I think we'll get an announcement for that during Taurus season. I think that we'll see cryptocurrencies and electronic money have some kind of announcement. Now, Saturn is making a square to Taurus and to the eclipses, is going to be involved with this. So this may be regulations on cryptocurrencies and that kind of thing. So don't be surprised if you start to see some kind of regulations roll out, more restrictions, taxing on cryptos. Also, Taurus being an earth sign, this may very well be the season that we see marijuana become legal across the entire country. And this is going to be something that'll probably happen really quickly and really shake us up. And on the other side of that, so might the regulations for cryptocurrencies and those kind of things be something that comes really quickly and shakes us up. And we're like, wait, what happened? That we're not, like, it just kind of happened in like a whirlwind, which is not Taurus energy, right? Taurus is very steady. It's very fixed. It doesn't like whirlwind energy, but we have Uranus there. So this is just what is going to happen. Some things are going to get shook up. So be prepared for that. Do not be afraid. Remember, patience, perseverance, just one foot in front of the other. We are not getting afraid. We're not afraid. We're holding the course during Taurus season. That's exactly what we're meant to do. And the North Node here, specifically for Taurus energy, I think this is going to be really good for you guys right now. You're going to find yourself being brought more to the forefront, the spotlight, maybe in ways that are very surprising. You can't believe these people are talking about you, or inviting you somewhere, or seeing what you're doing and seeing how that's resourceful and helpful and a benefit. So, Taurus, be ready for that. Scorpio, I think this is going to be a little bit more difficult for your sign. I also think it's going to be more difficult for Leo and Aquarius as well, just because you guys are going to get a square from this energy. And then you're also getting the opposition from Saturn and Aquarius, as well as the square from Saturn and Aquarius to Scorpio energy. So it's going to be hard work. This is what Taurus energy is about hard work. So I also do think, on a more mundane level, that we're going to have maybe an earthquake, some kind of splitting of the earth, or something that is like a shakeup in the earth, because Taurus is an earth sign. It's actually, to me, the earthiest of earth signs. And so with Uranus there, with the sun there, North Node, Mercury in Taurus, and we have the eclipse happening there, I do think that we're going to, something with the Mother Earth, she's going to grumble a little bit at us. And I think just to shake things up, and just to keep us on our toes, and just to really make us aware of, our actions and how they are affecting Mother Earth. Okay. Yeah, I think it's actually going to be a really good season. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but I do want to say this about Taurus, and I think I did. But, Taurus is the most likely sign to hoard, and it's the most likely sign to like food and being at home and those kind of things. And I want us all to understand that this simply stems from the energy of value and resources. And so, yeah, Taurus does like food. But honestly, Taurus likes high value food. They like grade A, high quality. Like they like, the best sushi and the best steak and high quality food. They don't want to rush. They want to take their time and enjoy their meals. They want to take their time and enjoy their home. Yeah, they may have a lot of things in their home because they are the most likely sign to hoard. But this is simply coming from Taurus believing that these things are valuable and one day can be useful. The other thing about all of this energy in Pisces and with this Taurus energy is that Venus is also a sign that is very much about your own resources, your own gifts, what you offer, and how valuable that actually is also. So there are things that each of us has within our own person that is very valuable. And this energy is saying, don't forget to tap into those natural gifts, not the things that you went to school to learn, but the things that you're just naturally good at, naturally enjoy, and really want to share with other people, and that you're kind of excited about. And these things may have come back up for you during Aries season. Well, Taurus season is saying, hey, don't abandon that. Stick with that for a while, and let's see where that takes you. Because I do think that once Gemini season gets here, we're going to really see some things taking us, some of our gifts, some of our resources, really taking us a lot further. So we have Mars in Pisces, so don't beat yourself up if you're feeling a little bit lazier. I mean, shit, the sun is also in Taurus. Taurus is kind of a lazy sign. And the reason that I say Mars in Pisces would make us a little bit lazier is because Mars does not want to be in a water sign. Think about the warrior. The warrior does not want to have to run through deep bodies of water, which is what Pisces is, in order to get to the other side. It slows you down. It, knocks the wind out of you type thing. So be, mindful that energies levels have likely shifted now that we moved out of Taurus season and Mars has moved on to Pisces. But that's why slow and steady, persistence, perseverance, patience is what's most important right now. Just one foot in front of the other. Don't beat yourself up. Don't try to overexert or overextend yourself. Remember the healing and the action that you've taken to move forward and to progress maybe in your faith, into where you believe that your life, your relationships, your partnerships, your healing can go. Remember that. And as you're remembering that, this is what you need to meditate on. And when you're thinking one foot in front of the other, yes, I gave this up. Yes, I'm drinking this. I'm doing this for my health because I'm rebuilding my relationship with my health and with my body and with my finances, with my family. I'm creating a bedtime routine where I'm listening to binaural beats because I'm reestablishing my relationship with my subconscious, with my mindset. I'm healing my subconscious. I'm healing myself in my alone time. So just depending on where this energy plays out in your chart, if you have any planets here, so you definitely kind of want to tap into that. And if you'd like a personal reading, of course, cosmicallylit.com, and you can get your one-on-one reading. Specifically, if you're a Taurus, this is a great time to do that so that you can see kind of the theme for the year ahead for you and how to best flow and grow with this energy. So happy Taurus season. Stay patient, stay persevering. You got this. Continue to work on slow and steady the progress that was made in Aries season. Look for some disruptions. Look for some things to actually shake you up a little bit, but it's all going to be good. Look for some regulations coming out regarding cryptocurrencies and marijuana. Also, don't be surprised if we hear a little bit of a rumbling in the earth, or some changes to the supply chain, the food supply chain, or maybe some disruption to the food industry. These things could happen in Taurus season. So be looking for that. I hope you found this video helpful, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace.